Hello again, everyone, and welcome to another Around the Town of Branford with Henry and Frank. Our series of programs featuring downtown Branford continues. Last week, we filmed a program right on Branford Green with First Selectman Jamie Cosgrove, as well as Colin Sheehan, the cultural director for the Recreation Department. And Jamie told us about the grants from the state that are going to commence shortly and improve the green and the Main Street streetscape. And then we heard from Colin all the wonderful activities almost every night of the week, all summer long, all free on the Branford Green. So today, this program, we're talking about Branford Center, downtown Branford, then and now. The then portion we're filming right now. You're looking at Branford Shoe Repair, probably the oldest merchant in continuous operation, owned by master cobbler Anthony Consiglio. We're going to go in and talk with Anthony in just moments from now. We're also going to be talking to other merchants here in downtown Branford. That's the then portion of the program. And then for the now portion, we're going to be speaking with Perry Maresca, the town of Branford's economic and business development manager. There's a lot going on in downtown Branford. There's a lot coming up. There's a lot of new stores and businesses moving downtown, and Perry's going to tell us exactly what's going on. Now, it's kind of interesting because right here is the Branford Shoe Repair, probably the oldest continuously operated business in downtown Branford. It's been here since around 1975, I believe, is when Master Cobbler Consiglio opened the store. Also, directly across the street from the shoe repair is the newest downtown merchant, Sherry's Bakery. Sherry's Bakery was on East Main Street for many years. Then the owners retired, and then they decided to reopen Sherry's. So they found a great location right here at Lockwork Square in Branford on Main Street, and they reopened. And when the bakery opens in the morning at 7 o'clock, there's a line out the door waiting to get the great baked goods and pastries at Sherry's Bakery. Also, I tried to remember the great merchants that have come and gone since I was a child here in Branford. I used to come uptown every day to enjoy the downtown area. So I'm going to start reading the list now. So I'm sure that you recognize these names and you remember them fondly, as I do. Suval's, Horowitz Department Store, Ben and Jerry's Ice Cream, the Branford Book and Card Shop, Nina's Pizza, which was right there for decades. Branford Drug was across the street right here where this new brick office building is. Branford Food Center was also right across the street from us now. Collins and Freeman Hardware Store. Eude, Murray and Canaan right over there down the street from us now. Mango's, a very well-remembered restaurant. Town Pharmacy, Robbins Package Store, the Old Town Restaurant, Harold Sandwich Shop right there, Branford Coffee Shop, Lynn's Deli, the Waiting Station, the Branford Candy Shop. I have more on the list which I'll read to you later. So right now, let's go in and speak with Master Cobbler Tony Consiglio. He started as a cobbler when he was 8 years old. He worked for his father. He's the fifth generation cobbler. And he operated a shoe repair store in West Haven first for 9 years. And then he moved to Branford. And as I said, he's been the longest continuously operated business in downtown Branford. So let's go inside now and meet Tony Consiglio. Stay with us. You know, the town of Branford is one of the oldest towns in the state and in the United States. It was called Totoket originally by the Native Americans. It was bought by the New Haven people in 1638. And then in the year 1640, the General Court of New Haven granted Totoket to Samuel Eaton. And then in 1644, it was sold to William Swain. So anyway, it's got a long and very distinguished history. And here in downtown Branford, we've had a lot of great merchants over the years, many great merchants. And we have with us today one of the current oldest merchants in downtown Branford. He's been here since 1975, working continuously. I'm speaking with Tony Consiglio here at Branford Shoe Repair. And it's great to be here with you in the shop.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, would you tell us about your shop? I mean, what do you do here?
A little bit of everything. You know, shoe repair, pocketbook repair, leather repair, zipper repairs, almost everything. I have somebody who helps me out with a lot of the stuff. You know, we make wallets. We make, you know.
Really?
Oh, yeah. He does a lot of leather work, you know, leather repairs and stuff and jackets.
That's great.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so inside this store, this very store, you've been here since
1975. Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
So now, over the years, you know, I mean, you've been doing all kinds of stuff, right?
Yeah. You know, just about basic, anything you can do with shoes or bags, you know, and leather jackets and stuff.
Okay. Now, currently, we're coming off, right, the horrible coronavirus. How did that change your business?
It hurt.
How did it hurt, sir?
I lost all the women that work in the offices. They don't wear the heels no more. They're working from home. So I lost all that, you know.
How about the men?
The men's are about the same. Yeah.
Now, I wanted to know about the, you know, I mean, what's the big shoe brands today?
They're all basically the Kohans, the Floor Shines. They're all, you know, they're all nice, good shoes.
Yeah, really good shoes. Yeah. That's good. Okay. Now, I wanted to ask, you know, I mean, what's your history? I mean,
I've been doing this since I was 11 years old.
Really?
Yeah. I'm 80 years old. I learned from my father.
You learned from your father?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, my father had a shop in New Haven on Whaley Avenue.
How many years did he have his shop?
Oh, about 35, and then he retired.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. How about how about years past? I mean, years past before
Before I went.
Before him. I mean, how many generations do you go back as?
I'm the fifth.
Okay, so
I'm the fifth generation.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
My grandfather came over from Italy. He was a shoemaker in the Italian Navy.
Oh, really? That's great. That's
Yeah.
good. Very good. Okay, so you got a huge machine there. What do you do with that machine?
That's the sander and you know, the trimmer and everything. Does everything.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes. Do you have a pair that you're going to work on?
Yeah.
All right.
You want to turn it on?
Yeah, please. Yeah.
It's loud.
That's all right. Okay, we're here with Tony Consiglio, Branford Shoe Repair. Okay, so he's picking up a pair of women's shoes, and you're working on the heel?
He's sanding the heel down.
How come you're doing that?
Yeah, sanding it down to make it even with the base of the shoe.
That's nice. It's nice and flat. That didn't take you long.
No. Well, the machine does all the work.
That's nice.
I just guide it.
Oh, you did.
That's it. See?
Yeah, that's great.
Okay?
Yeah, that's good. That's good. He's an artist when it comes to shoe repair. Now, I'm curious to know about your customers, Tony. Where do your customers come from?
All over.
All
No,
over
no, they come from all over. Guilford, Clinton,
Really?
Saybrook.
Really?
Yeah,
All the
I
way
got
up
I got a good clientele.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
How many hours do you work a week?
I'm here from 7 to 4 Monday through Friday, Saturday from 7 to 12.
Wow, those are long hours,
Yeah.
and you've been keeping those long hours since '75.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's great. All the work you've done, all the shoes you repaired. How many did you do altogether, off the top of your head? How many thousands of pairs?
I don't know, maybe hundreds of thousands. Who knows?
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
Now, I wanted to ask about this part of downtown Branford. Okay, so outdoors there, if you go to the right, I mean, what's there now on the right?
Well, there's a restaurant next to me now, but years ago there was Henry's Package Store, the laundromat, Julie's Seafood, me, and Nina's Pizza.
The pizzeria. Yeah, they were all great.
Yeah.
Great businesses, weren't they?
Yeah, they were.
Well, how about across the street?
Well, Huey Murray Canaan was in the back, and Branford Food Center, and then that's about. There was an auto repair place across the street,
Yeah.
where the workout place is now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's true. We've had great downtown merchants over the years.
Yeah.
We really have. So okay, so this is. How about over here, Tony? What do you use this space
Now,
for?
that's my workbench where I take the shoes apart,
Oh.
and then I prepare them, glue them, put them together, and bring them on here and finish them up.
I see. That's great. Now, all the work that gets carried out here in your shop, you do it all yourself?
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great. Let me see if I have anything else to ask you. As far as downtown Branford goes, off the top of your head, I mean, my question is, what changes have you seen over the years?
A lot. There's a lot more people. Years ago, it was a quiet little town. No more. It's more of a city.
Yeah.
It got big.
Yeah, it's getting big now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, I wanted to know if there's any changes that you would like to see.
No, it's fine the way it is. Yeah.
Good. Now, okay, so since you've been here since 1975, it's your fifth generation in your family.
Yeah.
I mean, how about the next generation?
No.
This is the end of it.
This is it
with you.
with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody else is doing their own thing.
How come people? How come they don't? Why is it so tough to be a shoe repair?
No, it's a tough business today because everybody throws their shoes out.
Yeah, it's a throwaway society.
Yeah, it's a throwaway society.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
On the East Shore now, since you're left, I mean, how about the others? I mean, the others still around, or are they all gone? You're the last one?
Yeah, last one in town, yeah. And there's, from here to New London is just me.
Really? That's a big territory you got.
Yeah.
Now, over the years, how many others here in town worked on shoes? What other
Well, there was a couple other shoemakers in town when I first came here.
Who was that?
It was Cipriano's and the Playas.
Oh,
Yeah.
They were great company.
Yeah,
they were here for years.
They were forever. Yeah.
Forever. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay, Tony. Tony Consiglio, we've been talking with today. He's one of the oldest downtown Branford merchants, opened for business in 1975. Now, if people have, shoe issues, or how can
Bring them in.
How can they reach you? What's your phone?
203-488-4420.
488-4420.
Right.
And how about the address? What's your address on here?
1203 Main.
1203, right on Main Street here in Branford. So contact Tony, and I'm sure he'll do a great job. And it's isn't it true? I mean, you have a solution for all of the shoe repair problems,
I
right?
try.
Yeah.
I try.
Yeah. Okay, so thanks very much for being with us today. I'm Frank Toohill for Henry Pond. We'll be back again with some more programs around the town of Branford with Henry and Frank. Until next time, goodbye. Okay, we just spoke with master cobbler Anthony Consiglio, the owner of Branford Shoe Repair. For all your shoe repair needs, go to 1203 Main Street and see Anthony. He's been in business, as you know, a long time. So that was our Branford Then portion of the program, and now we're moving to Branford Now. And I'm with Perry Maresca right now on the Branford Green, the Town of Branford Economic and Business Development Manager. Perry, it's great to see you today.
Nice to see you, Frank.
So Perry's an expert on Branford Economic Development. He was chairman, as a volunteer on the Branford Economic Development Commission for what, about 9 years?
About 10 years. Yeah.
10 years, that's a long time. So Perry knows economic development in Branford backwards and forwards. So, Perry, is there anything, special? Of course, it's all special, but can you tell us a little bit about downtown Branford? How is it going? How's it doing?
It's going very well, Frank. There's businesses that have been here since I was a kid, and that was a long time ago. And there's new businesses that come. We have said for many years we are a destination for restaurants. People come from all over to our restaurants in the center of town and throughout the town. And the thing is, there's very little, if ever, any available space, because if a business decides it doesn't want to do this any longer, then they will close and someone else comes right in there. So you'll see what is going on. I can go back to let's say the early 60s, as I think someone else at this table can and remember.
Yeah,
remember,
true, yeah.
Remember a lot of the things.
Yeah.
We had Horowitz was like our anchor back then. Well, as those have changed, other stores have come in. Town Pharmacy was there a million years ago, and we still have the Ward family that still has businesses here in town because of that.
Yeah, they've stayed in town. Perry, speaking of the 60s, it was great growing up in Branford, because think about it, right here on Main Street, right behind us, right? I mean, there were 3 major supermarkets. We had one of the first Stop and Shops.
Yes.
We had the Great Atlantic and Pacific Tea Company, and we also had
First National.
First National. And to have 3 grocery stores, within 3 blocks on Main Street.
And they all grew to other parts of the town as they became bigger. We still have Karen's Corner here, which is great for the people who want to grab something on the way home. It's an easy in and out, and they've been here a number of years.
That's a terrific place.
Yeah.
Really is. It's got everything in there, right? Support your local business, right?
Support your local business, absolutely. Shop local.
Yeah.
I just want to say, so the center of town, the town green, is always bustling. There's, as you can see, the cars, everyone going by. This past Saturday, we had an author book signing event, and that brought people from all over the state. It was local authors from throughout the state. They came down here to the center of town, and people that came then went into shop the businesses. Likewise, business people, they came out and they learned more about the authors. We have the festival. Everyone knows about the festival.
Yeah.
And then we've got events that go on Monday nights, Wednesday nights, and Friday nights, and there's a Thursday night jazz. All of that is what helps and keeps the center of town thriving.
Yeah, no, it's true. And that point you made earlier is so true. There aren't any vacancies. It's not like other towns which, have vacant storefronts. We have none.
Right.
If there's ever an opening, they fill up very quickly. I
do want to make a couple of points.
Go ahead.
As far as economic development goes, one of the reasons why Branford is so successful is back in the early 60s, it was decided to bring sewers into town.
Yes.
And we virtually have just about every corner of town, sewers, water, natural gas, all those things bring businesses into town. And
Yes.
we were recently rated within the top 10 in the entire state of good places to do business. And there's 169 towns in the state, so that's a great acknowledgement.
You mentioned how the town is totally sewered. Right now, our first selectman, Jamie Cosgrove, his grandfather, Dan Cosgrove, was chairman of the Branford Sewer Authority for decades, and so he was instrumental in bringing the sewers into town.
Yes, absolutely. And it's funny you mention that, because I recall walking and riding our bikes from our homes a little over a mile away, coming into the center of town as kids, and noticing the covers on the manholes, and it said 1961, and we were amazed that you could look at it from front and back, top and bottom, and it said the same thing. And it was just one of those things, so it sticks in my mind how long we've had sewers here.
Yeah.
And that's why we've got 3 breweries in town. Not because everybody likes beer, but because we've got the water, we've got the sewers, and these breweries are shipping out to other places.
Cintas too, right?
Yes.
They're a big, right? That's a big laundry operation.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
right, because of the sewers, right?
Yes.
So that's great, and also, of course, Perry, right? We got the transportation, 95. We got the,
Route 1, 95, Route 1, the train station, and with Avello, we have people that literally are commuting to Florida. So.
Yeah, it's true. It's quick, and it's relatively cheap to fly to Florida from Tweed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's great. So anyway, so now also we spoke to Jamie about a week ago, and he told us about the grants that the town has received, from the state, and right, there's a couple that are going to be on the green.
Yes.
And there's a couple that are going to be on the street behind us, on the main street. So
part of that program is redoing the sidewalks and primarily the crosswalks that have aged. The talk again about the then and the now of the town. The trolleys used to come down the center of town, so there's still trolley tracks underneath this pavement.
Yeah.
Some of them are bustling through, so they are they're going to be removing all of those.
Yeah.
We've been very cognizant about the stores in the center of town. And we've been communicating with them, letting them know that we were doing a coordinated effort. Everybody was, oh, what about the festival? It's nowhere near going to be done when we're doing the festival. But we are very cognizant of the businesses.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I mean, that keeps them in town. I mean, you got a place like Sherry's Bakery, for instance, right? They opened, on East Main about 10 years ago, maybe, and then, they retired. But then, they missed the people of Branford. They missed their business, so they just reopened on Main Street.
Yeah, and in Branford has always missed that Castellan's feel, and Sherry's brought that to town.
Yeah.
And I do make my normal trips on Sundays down there to get something to bring home.
Yeah. Well, that's the best stuff there is, from Sherry's.
Yes.
Well, anyway, so and then of course we also have, as far as our tax rate goes, that's also. That also helps businesses stay in town, because our taxes are, they're lower than surrounding towns, and the town of Branford provides more services too.
Correct.
On top of it,
Yes, we've got the lowest tax base around in comparison to the amount of services that we give.
Yeah.
And in the neighboring towns, they just don't offer what we offer.
That by far. I mean, all the other towns around here, I believe, they all have to pay for trash collection. Too, Perry, back in the old day, I think in the 1960s, we talked about that earlier, right? I mean, one of the perks living in Branford was that you got free ambulance service, too. That was one of the big things.
Yeah, I think it was the late 60s when that started, or early 70s, right around there.
Yeah. So anyway, it's a great town, and if you live here, you understand that, and if you don't live here,
Come on down.
Yeah.
It is a great place to raise a family, and the families do try to stay, and generation after generation. My wife's generation is I think the 5th generation here now. On my wife's side, and so it's definitely something that people love the town and they want to stay here.
Yeah, that's great. Well, thank you so much for being with us today, Perry.
Thank you very much, Frank.
It's great to talk to Perry Maresca. He's the Town of Branford Economic and Business Development Manager. And it's been great to be with you today here around the town of Branford, Branford Center, then and now. And we'll be back with more programs. So for Henry Pond, I'm Frank Tuhill. And until next time, goodbye.